Bertha has just surpassed 100 trillion tokens. This means the elephant token is one step closer to supply shock. As Bertha gets fatter, the trunk printer will return to max capacity. Let's dive in. Hello everyone and welcome. Zach here with DeFi Springs. And I just saw that the elephant treasury has officially surpassed 100 trillion tokens. This is great news. We can see that the elephant treasury's USD value is close to $10 million as well. This is a huge amount of funds in the treasury. Most projects in DeFi don't have anywhere near this amount of funds. We can also see that the BUSD treasury is also back on the rise thanks to the release of the Farmers Depot and people using peanuts. Checking in, we can see that the Stampede perpetual bond contract is still offering over 50% APR on trunk. I'm personally holding my trunk, not rolling or claiming. Bitcoin's down 75% since all-time high, right? Very similar story with Ethereum, down 74% from all-time high, and just not been making anyone any money this past year. However, if we check out Elephant, we'll see that this past 6 months, post-exploit, Elephant's been doing pretty good. It's up almost 300% from the bottom wick. And like I was mentioning before, Elephant isn't a small project. There's over $23.7 million worth of liquidity in the BNB Elephant pool, and another $17 million for the Elephant BUSD pool. Right? We can see still this past year, the Elephant token's up 577% and still has outperformed 100% of the top 100 crypto assets. We can check Elephant Money's performance against Bitcoin and Ethereum. Pretty crazy, almost 1800% here and over 2000% here. And Trunk has been just staying in that range, going between 20 and 45 cents. And I think with Farmers Depot and Peanuts that we're gonna see this be pretty much the floor for the Trunk to return on its climb to $1. I'm in a lot of different DeFi projects. I'm always testing out the waters to see what different projects have to offer. If we look at Drip here, we can see that it has not been a very favorable last year since pretty much after January when Drip peaked at roughly $160, right? We've been seeing nothing but sell pressure, and as the market went through what it did, like I said, just haven't been able to see much recovery for Drip, and it just seems like a lot of depositors are just selling their the rewards each day. They're not hydrating. That's unfortunate to see. Same thing with Optimus OPT3. It's also been having some difficulties not maintaining Peg. Developers coming out with new ideas, new promises, just not looking the best. You know, EMP, promising environment, promising coin. I think they have a lot of interesting ideas, but like I said, even EMP, they only have $5.7 million worth of liquidity, a little bit more in the other pools, a couple $100. And even on their dashboard here, we can see that EMP is 54.9% below its peg. So that's not the best to see, right? I want all of these projects to thrive, but really, as the market's gone through its downturn, only a few of them have been able to sustain paying out a high yield. You know, my heart goes out to everyone in Furio. This is another letdown in the recent months, right? Now that the peg has been brought down to between 90 cents and $1, right? It just seems developers are changing their mind, making up new rules when the market's turned against them. And I get some of them are doing this for the long term, for the greater good, but it's just not a appealing sight to see. So when I'm looking for who has a large runway, who has the sustainability component, because a lot of these DeFi projects, maybe they'll last 6 months, a year, and be gone, right? So I want to see who has the biggest bank account on their platform. And if we just look here at the amount of BNB that the Elephant contract is holding, we can see Elephant is the 9th largest WBNB holder on the entire BNB blockchain. And if we just check out the analytics of what's been happening the last over a year time, right? The contract is just great at eating up BNB and holding on to it, right? This was near all-time highs. And even since then, it's still been on a massive feeding spree, eating up so much BNB. And this is great to see for long-term investors. Very, very few have 8-figure liquidity in their project. Over here on Dune Analytics, we can see what happened last time the Elephant Treasury got to 100 trillion. What it appears like is that this was the base of a parabolic rise in terms of BUSD value for the Elephant token. As we near closer to roughly 150 trillion, this is when we've seen quite substantial price increases for the Elephant token. These are exciting times for the herd. Have a question? Reach out at DeFiSprings.com or on TikTok or Instagram. Until next time.